It's good to be back in a place that we recognize, that's familiar to us, not openly hostile, without incredibly deadly wildlife. We did take a little bit of a souvenir from the swamplands. A little gift for the holy nation. We'll talk more about that later. But first, welcome back to some more Kenshi, everyone. Our trip back home, pretty uneventful, as it turns out. Pretty uneventful. We fought maybe 2 swamp ninjas. And there were some dust bandits right outside town just now. There's the blood. Honestly, not much of a threat. Oh, we got a baggage check. Now this might be interesting. Oh no, okay, interesting. They only searched that particular person. You see, we hit our contraband on the mule. Or on the bull, rather. I bought 22 pieces of hashish. We are literally carrying drugs into this city right now. And if we can find a thief fence here, we should be able to sell them here. Otherwise, we'll sell them to the Holy Nation in stack. Because I know they love them some illegal narcotics. Have anything interesting here? I don't see the fence. I'm not sure if there ever was a fence here. But they might be gone. In which case, no problem. We can do a quick trip to stack. But first, a bit of a homecoming. It turns out that Shrike and Beep have made the place home in our absence. They put down a rug, we've got some sitting boxes right now, and we have a research bench in the distance ready to be used for the good of our colony, or our people, and our future colony, because we will be venturing out and establishing new bases. So, let's talk research. Let's get everyone in here. Now, animals, they're gonna struggle with these. But if you path it right, you should be able to get them to walk inside anyway. But yeah, they don't like the stairs. So you're gonna have to put an animal feeder outside your own base at some point if you'd like to, you know, have a storage container where they can get their food from. Anyway, for now, we're gonna get Dr. Chung, our resident, you know, scientist, with his 18 skill. He's gonna grab these books that I got from, yeah, a lost library outpost over here in the swamp. I found it on the way back. We got kind of diverted. I had to run back to Shark and spiders happened. But there's books here. I didn't get inside because the place was locked and I didn't have my tools on me. So one day we're going to need to go back to that lost library outpost and get a crap ton of books for science. Because if we go to our science bench over here, you need to put the books in. And now we can start using the books to do research. You can see, if I just be careful with the mouse, it says cost over here. 4 books. If we were to research fuel generator theory, we need 4 books, and then we'd need to spend 2 hours researching it at 1 times rate. Now, Dr. Chung might be good at science, but he only researches at 0.66 efficiency. Which is fine, honestly. He's the smartest cookie out of all of us. The research bench at level 1 has a max efficiency of 85%. So we're going to be researching at 85% of 66. So we're going to research at like 0.57, depending. So it's going to take us longer than advertised here. But you could theoretically put down multiple science benches and have multiple people working on it. So do bear that in mind. You also need to pay the book cost once. For example, if we go over to core, I would like to... We'll research small houses eventually, but for now, let's look for something really useful. Cooking! Alright, let's go research cooking, and then immediately cancel it. We paid books for that, and the cost is going to remain paid. So even if you cancel the research immediately, you will have unlocked the ability to research that tech because you've already put the books in. You can't get the books back, so do bear that in mind. But since we're going to be looking into cooking and, you know, farming, speaking of farming, we're going to need some actual plants for that to be able to research stuff. But for now, probably going to go with, I think wheat straw farming. Could make some bread out of that. There's also a ton of free techs, because we just started out. I'm pretty sure all of these are vanilla, except for platforms, maybe? Yeah, I think platforms is one I've got from a mod. But aside from that, there's a lot of them here that are just free, like storage farming, storage mining. Iron plates, also really useful. We'll definitely be spending some research on that. But for our own purposes here, let's get storage farming, storage boxes, storage ore, gear storage, item storage. We'll skip the platforms for now. Public sales, you can set up your own shop counter, and you know, if you live in a place that has caravans passing by, people will come in and they will buy certain goods. I don't think they'll buy weapons off of you, but they'll buy, like, you know, grog if you make booze, that sort of thing. Luxury goods. For now, we'll pass though. And since we don't have a lot of books, makeshift walls, we don't live in a place that needs walls. And the makeshift ones are really bad, so we might skip on those. We'll get cooking back in there because we paid the book cost. Manual iron refinery. You can also research training dummies. Up to level 1, which, you know, lets you train your skill up to 5, which is useless. Because we have the Squin police station right here. Lets us train up to 15. Although the only downside is we need to be a bit sneaky. They don't like us using it. And then we've got lockpick training here as well. Tempting, but not a priority. You can also research smithing. You can make your own armor, your own weapons. You start with crap, eventually you'll get better stuff. For now though, I think this is a good research list. We're gonna right click and hold shift for Dr. Chung to start researching on this bench. And that will assign him a job here. As long as he's got jobs enabled, he will automatically prioritize doing the research at this research bench if I don't order him, you know, if I don't order him to run somewhere. Oh dear, there's a lot of... Oh, there's some dust bandits here. Cool. I'll go and, we'll loot them in a second, but for now, Dr. Chung, you can go back to your to your bench, and you can start doing some research for us. So this is a good way to have people working away passively. You don't have to oversee them. As long as they got their jobs, they'll do the work. Once that's done, they'll go idle. If you build like benches around the place, they should go and sit on them, which you can specify in the little AI window over here. Ditch items, very useful if you have, for example, someone running around bringing water from a well, and suddenly you ask him to automatically empty a machine. If he's still carrying water in his inventory, he's not going to be able to haul anything, and like your entire logistic train could grind to a halt. But having this, if your character's not doing anything, they'll automatically dump food in the food stockpile, that sort of thing. Sleep when injured, pretty self-explanatory. Sit when idle, also pretty self-explanatory. Sitting and sleeping uses less food, so a good idea. And it will also help you tell, you know, which people are idle or not. There's also heal allies, help allies. Don't really need those for now. Rescue allies, we don't really have any. Share food, enabled by default. Characters in one squad will automatically share their food if it's in a backpack, so like I said, Tasha's got the food. Shrike and Beep, not able to get that food because they're not in the same squad. So that's something to keep in mind. Each squad will need their own food. Then we've got feed animals. If your food's running low, you can elect not to feed your animals, you monster. Shoot first, ask questions later. Your turret gunners will automatically target neutrals, like animals and bandits, before they attack. So before provoked. Useful, depending on your situation. And follow formation. I've got them set to military now because we have a bunch of people here. And it clusters them together a lot better. so you don't have like a mile-long caravan, which pretty is not very effective. Anyway, we're gonna go and do some sciencing throughout the night now. Dr. Chung's gonna work away on his bench. Might not look like it, but this is some serious science happening. You'll probably, rightly, be wondering why I'm being so frugal with my money. I just spent like 10,000 on books. You can't craft them. The only way is to go out and scavenge them from like the lost libraries, or to buy them from the tech hunters, which I just did. Our friendly travel gear store over here. They also, you know, they keep selling these tech hunter notes. Beep was able to get some for the Shrieking Forest. And I was able to get some for the Black Desert, which is an inhospitable place for everyone but skeletons, apparently. So that's fun. There we go, just chuck them all in there. You know what, I'll actually store the notes in here as well. Now, we've already had the swamps. I also bought a library map, because I can. It's only 100, and it tells us about another lost location, which we can have a look at and find some science, probably. So yeah, the tech hunters, they're very, very useful. We might have to visit their stronghold at some point. When I say might, I mean definitely have to. We'll keep the notes for places that we haven't been to yet, like down here, I suppose. Oh, and I also went out and got some wheat straw from the store, so we can start researching some wheat straw. Now there's another crop that you can farm. That is green fruit. Probably one of the best food sources if the environment will allow it. You get those by default, you don't need to research them. All you need to do to start a farm for that is get the right environment and get the required green fruit, because you need the fruit to start the fruit farm. And you'll get them back once you, like, deconstruct the farm. So it's just an initial investment. You can easily expand your own farms by getting, like, one starter farm. But they need green fertility. And right now, or environment. And right, Squeen itself is arid, so starting a green fruit farm here, probably not a good idea. Another place where they can grow, however, is this fertile valley. Or, you know, maybe the swamp. But the swamp's hell. And the holy valley here has got bigots. I think I'll go for the bigots. So that's where we'll be trying to set up an outpost, I think. It's a good initial starting location for places, because you'll have the Holy Nation close by. If you can keep them, like, decently friendly with you, you can easily run there and get help if you get overwhelmed. It's still recommended to wait a while until you start, like, a proper outpost outside city walls. You get some, like, decent fighter people like we have now. You know, we have a sizable squad. We have a decent unit. We've got 20 people in total. We actually have people that can stay at base and work it all day. Hell, we've even got people that could reasonably work as turret guards. You know, 78 on turrets. 71 on crossbow if you include the 10% bonus from the drifter leather jacket, which is great. And then the straw hat for extra perception bonus. It does look a bit weird, so what we'll probably be doing is we'll be getting some more of these Sandagasas. They look a bit better, they don't clip as much. They also have the +6 perception bonus, which is like the best perception bonus you can get from a hat. Yeah, things to think about. It doesn't look too bad either, although it still looks a bit like you're wearing a basket upside down. Interesting aesthetic. I'll give it that. Anyway, we'll continue our research for now. I think we'll start researching small houses next, and then tech level 2, so we can get a proper research bench, which doesn't have a penalty included. And it might need to be, you know, we might need to research level 2 techs on a level 2 bench. It's been a while since I've played, so... Well, it's been a while since I've researched, rather. So we'll find that out once we tackle that horrible. That's gonna take a lot of time. Especially since our little setup here is far from optimal. But it's home. And I like it. And that's worth something. We'll probably turn this into like a little way station kind of deal. Once we, once we move out. This will be a place where we'll put some general storage down here. Downstairs. Maybe put some training dummies upstairs so that we can train people here in a safe environment. And we'll put some beds down so that people, are able to heal up here. We'll have to research the proper techs for that first. Probably a level 2 tech to get proper beds, but we'll see. Oh, one more note on science. There are blueprints in the world. I think I bought one with Beep in Mongrel at some point. Or somewhere else for the turtleneck. And the skeleton bar sign, of course. Who could forget the skeleton bar sign? There's going to be certain techs that you can only get from blueprints. And if you want to save yourself some research work and possibly books, go for the blueprint. It'll be there instantly, but you'll have to go out and find them. That's the challenge with blueprints. They can save you time and effort, but they're usually more expensive. As for us, we now know how to craft a turtleneck, because I'm pretty sure that's one you can only get by buying it in a store. So if we were so inclined, we could now start crafting turtlenecks for all our people. And all those who can wear them. Most people. Most people. Not all of them. But I do like the turtleneck as a all-round undershirt. It's not like the... where is it? So I'm pretty sure... yeah, there we go. The rusty chainmail. It covers slightly less, but, it doesn't weigh 10 kilos. Doesn't weigh 10 kilos. It doesn't have a lot of penalties included either. If it wasn't for the fact that most of our ranged people are hivers, I'd probably give them a turtleneck at some point. The rusty chainmail's got a 0.7 modifier on crossbow skill. Which makes sense, It's going to impair you somewhat. Anyway, we're going to do some more research and then we'll get back to you once, we get to the proper developments. And maybe we'll be ready to head out and start a little outpost of our own. We've stayed in Squin for a while. We've done some research, hung out. We had some fun with the local bandits. There's the back check. Back to scheduled programming. We didn't train at the police station yet, but our new recruits are currently getting the strength workout training, that is, carrying a bandit to our new home, wherever that will be. It took us the better part of a day to reach the hub. It's still a mess, as per usual, and it caused a bit of reflection. This is where our adventure began. In amongst the usual fighting that happens in the hub, Hobbs is able to hop into the bar real quick and talk to one of his friends. He managed to get us some blueprints and some building materials. Things sorely needed once we start our own outpost. And so, once more we leave the hub behind us. Travel is slow, but if we want our workers to be able to carry their weight, literally and figuratively, and be able to work efficiently in the industrial process, which they will be involved in later, it's essential that we give them a bit of a workout. Of course, it also doesn't help when there's hungry bandits literally around every bloody corner. While not a trouble, they're easy to deal with. We have the numbers, we have the quality of skill. It's an annoyance at this point. Which is kind of funny, given where we started off. It does mean that Green and Ravo, our new crossbowers, have a decent chance to shoot people in the back in a safe environment. No doubt, if we look among our people, There's gonna be a bolt or two somewhere, I think. There we go. Griffin's caught one in this fight, for example. But, credit where credit's due. You know, there's one in the strike, but they also hit the bandits. With their crappy crossbows all the way from back there, they were able to fire through the maelstrom of fighting, and were still able to hit their targets a few times. So they're good recruits. They just need a bit of practice in how to not shoot people in the back. And that's why you don't upgrade them to a heavy damage crossbow immediately. But for now, the road's open. Until we get around that corner and get attacked by bandits again, but it's time to keep moving. After traveling throughout the night and having a small stop in vain at the easternmost hive village to pick up some hive shirts for our new people, and a one hell of an expensive blueprint. We spent 67 cats to be able to learn how to make those leather vests. And that should hopefully be able to lead to better gear for them in the future. For now, we're coming near the stack, and we have a bit of a problem. Most of us will be able to walk through here without issues. The Holy Nation will hopefully assume that the stickmen are our slaves, and the Shek has been subjugated in combat or something. But they're not gonna like our skeleton friend. He is attack on sight. So he is most likely going to have to make his way around Stack and join us on the other side. Which is unfortunate, because going through Stack's a lot easier than having to go all the way around. But we'll make do. I'd rather not see him get killed by paladins after all. The old skeletons of yore know a lot about the world, even if they might not admit it to your face the first time you meet. We'll make it work. We'll always make it work. We'll pick up some green fruit while we're here, so that we can start a farm once we get to the fertile fields. It looks like they now even dislike animals. Of course, this is a familiar sight for us. We've already seen these wild bulls be slain before. But it does solve a neat problem that we had. Of course, with 20 people, you start to run into logistical issues. There's only so much food you can carry around, and since we stocked up on building materials and spent a few nights, all the meat that we got in the swamp, that's gone. But this is a nice opportunity to refill and stock up on food. We have been working the new recruits hard. Doc Chung, actually, he was a chubby man when we found him in Mudtown, but now he's not quite as healthy as he once was. We'll have a look at him now, and we'll go into starvation. Oh, hello. Over here we've got what's left of Dr. Chung. If we take off his shirt, well, he's skin over bone. Look at that. His hunger is at 96. If it gets below 86, you will pass out. When it reaches 0, you will die. The reason why he is so malnourished right now is because I had him carrying a lot of teeth. Seriously. 9 kilos per square. In this little wooden backpack that I bought. This is one of the best stacking backpacks there is. And it's not that expensive either. So we're gonna loot these and then sweep through Stack. I'm probably gonna have a word with the traders and stuff, but there's no need for you to see that. We've been here plenty of times. It does feel good to be back here, even though, oh, the people, they're nice if you're the right kind of person. And I'm not really a fan of that. But oh well, beggars can't be choosers, especially when we're starving. Sometimes all you need is a good looking face and a bunch of hive people backing you up. We have spotted a lost drone in the distance. And he's getting attacked by bunch of holy people. But hopefully we might be able to help him. These lost drones often get attacked for no reason. Poor little thing. His chest is at -18. He's done nothing to deserve it. These lost drones are workers that have found freedom and have been rejected for it. And these bigots over here love to kill them. I in fact have another one over at, well, where I think we're going to set up camp. I think he's going to bleed out as it is. We do have a first aid kit on us. Any of us have a decent Beep. You can pick him up, right? You can patch him up. Yeah. What we're going to do is we're going to plop down a bed for this guy and his other lost drone friend, because I think there might be an event in the game that if these lost drones see a bunch of hive people in your squad, they will respond positively and request to join you. So we're going to try that. You know, we've already mediced him up. He won't know that when he wakes up, but hopefully he'll take that into account. And we'll greet him with a bunch of hive people, and hopefully he'll say, "Hello, I'd like to join you." That would be a cool way of recruiting new people. We'll have a look, see if that works. Anyway, I think we're also about to set up our colony. The drones have been put to bed. We've surrounded them with 4 hive people that are already free, so hopefully, if one of them decides to join, we'll know. But for now, Doc, having taken care of his patients, believes he's found a good spot for us to settle. Let's have a look. Prospect it away, Doc. Water, no problem anywhere. Fertility, no problem in the vicinity in the immediate area. Stone, good. There's plenty of stone. Iron, there's 2 sources right here. That is fine. Copper, the only thing that's lacking really. There's 2 tiny spots over there. Wind speed, not great, but doesn't matter. This is where we're going to be settling. This is what we'll be calling home. But first, we're going to have to address food issues, because we have not paused on the road. And as a result, we are kind of running out of food. So what we're going to do is we're going to put down 2 campfires and 1 food store. There we go. Now, plenty of people have raw meat on them. They will rush to put that in the campfires. Even green. But more importantly, someone has building materials on them. And if someone can put that in the actual food barrel... Why do you insist, Green? You're being annoying right now. I need you over here to babysit the drones. Look at this poor soul. He's taken -42 and -200 on his arms. There we go. Speaking of drones, this guy's about to wake up. So let's strategically, like... Oh, for God's sake, not you two. Strategically place drones around him. We'll even take off their hats, so that he can recognize that he's among his own people, if that helps. Probably doesn't, but we did get them the, Sandagasas. Those are a bit prettier. They clip less with the head. Guys, no. You're ruining everything. Alright. Go into the AI for a second. Tell them to stop sleeping when injured. Hi. You wanna talk to us? We have, like, a bunch of hive people. We're willing to help you, buddy. He's patrolling. I don't think he's really going to care. Which is unfortunate. I have food for him. Poor little guy doesn't even have pants. Wait. There's another one right here. Well, we're gonna have a word with him then, see if he wants to join. I haven't actually done it before, but I've just seen, like, people's experiences with them. And read stuff on the forum. I'm not sure if it's actually a thing. I'm really not. I hope it is, though. Because getting to recruit these guys would be great. And supposedly, if they see hive people that are free, that should do it, in theory. I'm starting to get my doubts, to be honest. But we'll see. For now, though, I think our food... Right, yeah. It's now in the campfires, but nobody's put down the building materials yet. Doc Chunks decided to pass out from starvation. Griffin, please. Right, everyone over here that wants to help building, because, well, it's easy. There we go. And now, Shrike, how's your inventory looking? I'm going to tell you to haul the food store. There we go. Shrike's going to now take the food out of the campfire and put it in the storage. So everyone's going to be able to eat. Which is cool. You change your mind yet? No. You change your mind yet? Also no. That is a shame. It would be cool if it would actually work. Because if you could just, like, recruit hivers that are wandering around, and there seem to be a lot wandering around, because I've found 3 already. That would be nice. You know, you'd think they would respond positively to an exiled prince over here. But apparently not. Apparently not. Anyway, we're going to cook the food, and I'll keep an eye on these drones. If not, we'll just let them go, and then we'll start building the actual main outpost. Looks like we got some trouble with the Holy Nation again. I cannot risk corruption from a tainted one. Surrender your beasts, brother. The Holy Lord Phoenix himself, blessed be his name, needs recruits for Okran's crusade. The darkness must be cleansed from their impure blood to serve our higher cause. Feign ignorance. Declare war. Try to talk our way out of it. Give up all our non-humans. Or, show him the moon. They already serve Okran under me. And you think you know better than the holy priests of the clergy? Be a jerk to them. Be a bigger jerk to them. Try to talk your way out of it. Or the smart option. Of course not. But I need my slave to help spread the word of Okran. Then go forth and spread the word, brother. Okran needs many more recruits in a crusade against darkness. Your beast will give you good leverage. Love and devotion, High Paladin friend. Ignore the skeleton that's currently sneaking over there. Oh, he's not... Please don't get mad. It's only a skeleton. Well, that could have gone worse. Still have a drone sleeping here. I did some more reading on the drones. I think they need... you need to have a base. And the first character needs to be a hive person before they will, like, randomly proc to join you. It's also perfectly valid that it won't ever happen. So let's just move on to the business of building our home. This is a good place. We do technically have an outpost here, it seems. There we go. We could run in front of you, maybe? We're just gonna let them go, I think. They're gonna get him. No, they're going after us, it seems. Yep, great. Very tolerant, these guys. Very tolerant. Don't leave your hivers alone, they will get attacked. Beep, you are the slowest one. You are running at 24. We're gonna be fine. Just, you know, don't lead them to the skeleton. And remember where that backpack is, we're gonna need it. You know, this is a lot more troublesome than I was hoping it to be. A lot more troublesome. They're not normally this annoying. Honest. It's just, you know, we left them alone. And they consider that a sacrilege. Just like the lost drones, you will get attacked. Did your buddy just disappear? I think he might have, yeah. I don't see him moving, and quite frankly, it's not worth the effort. You guys need to keep running. You'll lose them eventually, they'll lose interest. As for the rest, Silver Shade, you can go home. Apparently there's a million lost drones running around here, so... This guy, he went unconscious before we found him. So we could still maybe recruit him. You guys are running fast, aren't you? 19 miles per hour. 23. 23. Are you guys really moving 23? That seems like it. Good. You're gonna need it. Silly holy nation. If only they would open their eyes to the beauty of their skills. Unfortunately, even the third drone, not very interested in getting recruited. But, honestly, there'll be more. There'll be more. I'm sure we'll get one eventually. For now, it's time to enjoy the fact that we've got over 100 cooked meat in here now. And still plenty more where that came from. At least, in theory. We've got a lot more teeth, ready to be stored away somewhere. I like keeping them in a little stackable backpack, because they make for really good strength practice, funnily enough. Also, foul raw meat for all the hivers out there. It ain't ideal, but they'll eat it. You know, why let it go to waste? Miyu, you've got the stackable backpack. That's a really good one. I need you to empty Tasha for me of our building materials, because you can carry a lot more than she can. So we'll just put all the... We'll put that in there, like that. And suddenly, we've got 15 building materials in our inventory. Beautiful. We'll just put the teeth in there. Who needs them, right? Well, they're brilliant for strength training. Like I said, not quite so much for little Tasha, but you know, even Tasha's carrying 53 kilos right now. It adds up after a while. We'll grab the iron plates with green. Oh, really? Are they? Oh, you're considered stolen, are you? You're a special one. Fine, be that way. Although I did technically take it from like a slaver's dog. So whatever, chuck it out. And these iron plates are also going to be very important for our construction process. We'll talk about that in a minute. First, Miyu, you've got the 15. I'm going to ask you to... I think Bard has some? No, he's got that. Okay, Ruka, do you... Yes, you've got them. Beautiful. We'll take the building materials from Ruka. And we'll start to build down a storm house. Now, the aesthetic of the storm house is really well fit for, like, desert stuff. But honestly, it doesn't really matter. We're going to put the building over here, because I would like to sort of be around this little area. We've got the iron clothes. We should have, if we look at the stone mine over here, 100% rich stone over here. So the optimal quality, that's where we're going to want to put our stone mine. It's all nice and close. Beautiful. So we're going to start building home. There aren't many like it. And this one is ours. Now you're going to go to the entrance. And I'm going to give the entire worker squad the right-click order to engineer whenever the job is available. And the rest of these people, you're just going to engineer casually. Now we have a lot of lights going around because those lanterns have radiance. They're going to help us reduce the working in the darkness penalty, which is why I like bringing them a lot. Unfortunately, Mio didn't see fit to put in all the materials at once for whatever reason. So I'm going to have to pause a few times, put them back in, and continue again. It's a little bit annoying. That's how it goes. As for engineering, I like trying to have everyone chime in, just because many hands make light work. And that way everyone will be able to engineer a little bit. It does pay, however, to have like a specialized candidate that can just do all your engineering for you. Really, Miyu? Can you not just add all the materials at once, please? That would be so much more useful. People trying to avoid the building. For shame. I think they're running to get food, is the thing. Yeah, you're getting food. Fine, eat. But then Miyu's gonna go back and put the building stuff back in, which is good. There we go, 16 out of 16. Everyone get to building. Everyone. And we can see our little house come to fruition. Although before I cut away to, like... There we go. Get it at a decent pace and it'll actually finish within our lifetime. This is going to be home. At least for the foreseeable future. We'll have to put down a research bench. We also need a stone mine and a stone processor so that we can turn the stone into building materials. We also need a manual iron refinery so that we can turn iron ore into steel plates. Iron plates. Ochronites, really? Today it will rain blood. Darkened ones. Oh, bugger. Our skeleton is still sneaking. He's gonna now sneak away. Please continue sneaking away. Around the corner. There we go. Speak to me now. Send me your leader. I don't have time to wait around. I sent you my leader. Hey. Dark beasts are not to stray in the holy nation Dominion. Who are you and who do you serve, traveler? Why are you with this foreign beast? Speak! Uh-oh. I serve the Lord Okran. This beast is my slave. Under the laws of Holy Lord Phoenix himself, blessed be his name, all non-humans are to be rebirthed in the doctrine of Okran. Slavery is a cruel thing, brother. You will submit your slave so that it can serve a higher cause. My slave already serves Okran under my own guidance. And you think you know better than the holy priest of the clergy? Of course not, but I need my priest. I need my slave to help spread the word of Okran. Bye! Crap. Crap. They're not gonna enjoy the fact that I have a skeleton sitting around. Might be able to outpace them? I don't know. As our stealth skill gets higher on poor Scabbard, he's gonna be able to move faster, and he's gonna need it. Beast Trader on the way to your outpost. Cool. You can check those incoming things by going to over here, to the faction screen. It'll now tell you upcoming events. The Unbound going to your outpost. We should probably rename that. You know what? Let's be hopeful. Hope. And now, when we go to this menu, they're going to faction the Unbound and then location Hope. You can have multiple things. At least I'm pretty sure you can. What are you guys doing here? Patrolling town. Why are you patrolling my town? I mean, I'm okay with it for now, I guess. God, there's more of them. Poor scabbard. I mean, we did set hope to be open to the public. Which, you know, I'd like to get more lost drones in. They seem to have gone away for now, which is unfortunate, but that's the way of things. We'll find another eventually. And then we'll save them. But for now, it is time to get back to the building. 20, there we go. Green. You need like one more. You know what? I'm just going to take all the iron plates from Bard. There we go. Let there be no confusion over who carries which building materials. Oh, that select all did just tell Scabbard to come back, and that's maybe not the best idea. What we're going to do now is we're going to build us some things. Again. So we'll get green over here. And we will build ourselves an iron refinery. An iron refinery, there we go. With that, we will be able to make iron ore into iron plates. And we need a lot of iron plates. For example, we need 10 to build ourselves a research bench level 2. And there's so much stuff that needs iron plates. Iron plates and building materials are going to be your bottlenecks. So, the minimum thing you really need for your own outpost like this is 5 building materials for a shack. A small shack. Let's not get luxurious here. And preferably 12 iron plates. 6 for the manual iron refinery. 6 for the stone mine refinery. And then 3 building materials again for the stone mine itself. So you don't need a lot. But at the same time, now you'll be open to raids. Now the fun starts. For real. Anyway, let's get ourselves the stone processor. We'll put that over there. So we've got the little processing area over here. With our raw resources. Only 5 out of 6? Really? I don't like it when they put in, like, part of the required resources. Even though they have it on them. They'll just put in, like, a couple. And they'll consider that good enough. It's really not good enough. If you could stop it, that would be great. Meanwhile, poor Scabbard. He's, doing himself some laboring. Getting us the first iron. Because, Lord, are we going to need a lot of iron. They're all getting food. I don't think I blame them, but at the same time, I really like this done. That's the downside with getting all the dried meat. It's not very nutritious, so they need to eat often if they're starving. But at the same time, you can get it for the grand prize of free and some injuries. Daisy. And Tasha. Now, the good thing about having the food barrel outside is that everyone can just grab it. If you were to put the food barrel inside, you would have to build yourself an animal feeder like this. They get a little trough they can eat from. I like things like that, you know, it's so much detail. You'll see once we get a few episodes in and like build our outpost up a little bit. I really enjoy the base building in this. It's probably one of my favorite things about Kenshi. The fact that you can. Anyway, stone mine, we'll plump it over there. Space things out a little bit. Someone's gonna have the building materials for it. Plenty of people have, apparently. It's only 3. We only put in 2. Fantastic. I am glad to have you all. Super helpful. On the plus side, doesn't take long to put the materials in. Boom. Now, we are basically self-sustainable. The only thing that's lacking right now is food. But we can get to that later. Because, well, we have food. Plenty. What we're going to do is I'm going to do some stone mining here, which will then be processed in the manual stone processor here. And I'll do some iron mining, which will be processed in the iron refinery. And we'll get ourselves a research bench level 2 built up. Oh, we've been going for a while, and, Oi! Townies! The Beast Raiders arrived! Let's have a word with him. We also had another encounter with the Holy Nation here. They were like, oh yeah, hey, you've got darkies. Darkies bad. What animals do you have? I'm not really interested in animals at this point. Because, like, I've got a pack beast. Sure, we can't carry, like, all the things in the world, but really, we can carry all we need. Especially now that we're settled down here for a while. Bone dogs, I already have one. I don't think I want too many. They also eat a lot more. Pack bull, already got one. Goat, not really that useful. So, thanks for showing up. Do they fight? Well, I wouldn't want to tussle with one, but the babies won't be much use. Bye! Thanks for dropping by. Not all events that have to do with the base are bad. Not all of them. That's one of the better ones, for sure. Of course, if you've got Okran dogs constantly running around in your base, it's not hard to be nicer than them, is it? This is the first time I've actually got these guys kicking around my base all the time. Patrolling my town. Probably because they assume it's, you know, part of their land. Which, in a way, I suppose it is. Didn't impact our faction relations with them in any way, so... it might be alright. But we've got people running resources in between the posts now. They tried to send our skeletons to do it, and I thought that was a pretty bad idea. We're now processing that into actual iron. We're still mining away at raw stone over here, but you can see, this gets pretty big. It's pretty annoying to haul around. And I don't think... yeah, the reason they're not bringing it is because their inventories are full. There we go. Now you can see that Feck just decided to run some things over into... you know what, guys? I think your priority is going to be the stone processor. Once there's stone. Until that's not a thing, you'll just mine. There we go. Priorities. Their importance. I would like to point out here how little chill Kenshi has. I've been out here for less than like a day. And if we look at the faction screen, we've already got a bandit demand coming in from Dust Bandits, as well as some Black Dragon ninjas deciding to raid the place. And I've got the raid frequency and stuff set to rare, but Jesus Christ. Also, the trader has just decided to leave. Right on time, you know, right when I could have used some extra bodies here to protect me. So it's us against a bunch of Dust Bandits, basically immediately followed up by a bunch of Black Dragon people. I've only seen them once in the beta when they originally released them, and well, I don't have many good things to say about them. But we have gathered everyone. We've turned off all their jobs so that they don't really care about them for the moment. Oi, chumps! Shrike, I don't want you to be the one talking here. I'm gonna do it myself. Yeah, hello. Oi. Normally there should be an option to talk to the war leader here. Or Dust Boss. He's the commander in charge of an entire army. For some reason, I think it's because we're already hostile to him. We can't actually talk to him. There's supposed to be a dialogue bubble there. Like, dude, we are right here. Is there anyone here who will speak to him? What about sneaking? Nope. Cool, that's great. I'm gonna reload real quick. And then we'll see if we can actually talk to him. Or we'll just have to stab his face off immediately. So bad news. I still can't actually talk to him. I think it's because we're already hostile. So we can't really talk to his demand. We're just gonna have to skip straight to the whole murder bit. Murder bit I can provide. But that is going to be in the next episode, because I haven't actually figured out how long this episode is. So we're just going to call it here and start with a war. That's going to be great. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying, and I hope you're learning something as well. I'm trying to teach the game a little bit. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and perhaps a comment down below as well. I really appreciate it. It really helps the channel. We all kind of win. Until next time, have a good one, folks.